One of the presidents of a big country stood up and said, well, sir, if we don't pay and we're attacked by Russia, will you protect us? I said, you didn't pay? You're delinquent? He said, yes, let's say that happened. No, I would not protect you. In fact, I would encourage them to do whatever the hell they want. You got to pay. You got to pay your bills.
And guess who doesn't pay their bills? This guy. So I guess that's it. GG's for Canada. So I made a short on this not too long ago, but I want to take a look at a couple of videos just to help sink it in on how Trudeau handles himself. So first,
a united front at NATO's last family photo. But leaked documents reportedly suggest that in private, it's not all smiles.
Look at this man-child over here. Every other world leader keeping it cool, chilling, and this guy has the dumbest ear-to-ear grin. God, it really sets the tone.
Quotes a classified Pentagon document that says widespread defense shortfalls hinder Canadian capabilities while straining partner relationships and alliance contributions.
Are we pulling our weight? Are we stepping up to the plate? No, we're not.
Bluntly and in plain English so no one is confused. But you know what Justin is doing with all our money when he's not paying NATO? He's giving it to Ukraine. Listen, I don't think they really should be spending anything, but we're not the only nation doing it. Fine. But why are we the only ones doing it into bankruptcy? Like, do we have to give them every single thing so much more than we can give to ourselves?
The document, which CBC News has not seen, reportedly says there's tension on several fronts. Germany's allegedly concerned Canada won't continue to aid Ukraine while living up to its promises to NATO. Other allies reportedly complained Canada hasn't been clear how it will increase its presence in Latvia.
Okay, so I didn't even know about this really, but I looked into it a little bit. And, you know, I'll make a video more on that later. But Canada presently has around 1,000 soldiers in Latvia, making it Canada's largest current international military deployment. Wow. And this number will continue to grow by 2026, according to Canada anyway. So it will deploy up to 2,200 soldiers minimum, so that could be way more, to Latvia. It is almost certain that Canada's mission in the country will last, at least a decade, if not more. And then meanwhile, Latvia themselves are hoping it's actually longer than that. The purpose now is to strengthen Canada's military presence in Latvia, bolstering the security of NATO's eastern flank. So some sort of joint task force here under the NATO umbrella. Basically, in case war breaks out, Canada, aka NATO, has some people and weapons there. That's if Canada's still in NATO if Trump takes over.
Dozens of former top national security advisors wrote to the government saying it must take defense more seriously.
Governments are challenged with a whole bunch of different priorities that we have to invest in and get the balance right on.
And apparently the Liberal government has increased the defense spending, yet somehow we still can't pay our dues. I wonder why that is. Apparently this is not one of the important things that he mentioned that he needs to prioritize, as he's just not paying his dues. You made a deal, you better honor your part. We may or may not be on the brink of World War III, and you want to spend more money in one country, Ukraine, rather than keeping your commitments to NATO that is comprised of several countries? If that's true, we need that to change. I don't care if the Conservatives didn't do it either. To hell with all of that. We made enemies of Iran, China, India, and by default, Russia. We can't mess with guys like that and not have someone watching our back. Anyways, and that being said, I'm going to leave you with this little tidbit, little icing on the cake, little cherry on top, actually. Like, comment, and subscribe.
Prime Minister Justin Trudeau once again embarrassing Canada on the world stage, showing up late for a panel at the NATO summit in Lithuania. Trudeau was the most senior figure on the panel, but didn't show up, something the moderator noted.
Prime Minister Justin Trudeau, Prime Minister of Canada, will be coming here momentarily. He's going to slot. Yes, thank you, Prime Minister. That's the empty chair.
Trudeau did eventually show up, forcing Admiral Rob Bauer, chairman of the NATO Military Committee, who was speaking, to pause as Trudeau walked on stage almost 5 minutes late.
Good morning. It is investments in enablement.
Is it too much to ask for the Prime Minister to show up on time for a NATO meeting about threats to the alliance? Is it too much to ask that Trudeau stops embarrassing Canada on the world stage?